nice to be with you. This is Jesus Christ Worldwide Ministries. I am your pastor and evangelist, Evan. Today's subject is on what we're going through essentially in the world today. We have to thank God for where we are. Wherever we are, even if we're in a place that we don't really want to be, we have to thank God for where we are. Look around, and then now try to get to a better place. And remember what it was like being isolated with the pandemic and locked down and all these different things. And I believe as Christians, we should be united behind some key points. One being that abortion and killing kids is wrong. It's really bad. So you could say you're a Christian and let's just say you die and you go to heaven to meet Jesus, and he says, "Hey, were you killing kids or doing bad stuff like that?" And you're like, "No." And then you think about it and "Oh, well, I had a couple abortions, and then I did give money to pro-abortion causes, and I guess I was killing babies when I was on Earth." I don't think that's going to look very good. And I don't think that saying that you believe there was a guy named Jesus will work, because I think as a Christian, God will tell you, hey, killing babies is wrong. So you would come to the realization that killing babies was wrong. And I do have a feeling that if you're a Democrat and you're pro-abortion, you're not a Christian. Because how could you possibly imagine defending those principles in front of Jesus himself? Oh, I was killing babies. And I was for ending free speech and, where ministers and people couldn't tell the truth anymore. They couldn't have conversations. And I do think that encouraging Christians to take experimental medical procedures. We're living in a time where the Christian church is silent about experimental medical procedures that are being forced, essentially. It looks as if you're being coerced, but then soon forced to take experimental medical procedures. That's not bothering the church. We're being censored across the land. That's not really bothering the Christian church. But we got guys, like Joel Osteen, selling self-help books on how to be patient in the DMV line and, keep your smile on your face. But yet the Church of Jesus Christ seems to be a little bit silent when it comes to tyranny, censorship, experimental medical procedures, which sure seems wrong on all these different levels. Abortion, killing little babies. We're watching everybody fight for their rights, but the little babies, by the millions that are being killed. So I just think the church is silent about stuff that it shouldn't be silent. And then what do we got? If we look at let's just say the Mormons. The Mormons believed that before Jesus, there was a guy who used to wear big glasses, but that he was a sinner. He was a sinful man. He did the sins that were common to men. And he essentially, in time, grew out of it and became the God of heaven. That he was once a man, then he evolved into the God of heaven. And that Satan is Jesus' brother. Okay, so that's one religion. Then we have the Catholics. The Pope right now is for gay marriage and abortion and communism. Wow, that's something to be proud of. So if you're a Catholic, you're for communism, one world government. Wow, does that ring a bell? So Catholics are for a one world government. Wow, that's kind of a big deal. I told you about the Mormons, and if you run into a Muslim, you can ask him. I'm open to people believing whatever they believe. But I asked a couple Muslim clerics, I said, hey, is it true that Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl, or was she 9? And they each had different opinions, but it was between 6 and 9. So just know that what one religion thinks is righteous and normal, let the Spirit of God within you, let your conscience tell you what you're doing. And I think that believing a guy named Jesus existed doesn't really work, because I believe if you know Jesus, come to know him, then his interests kind of permeate your life. Or like I say, I've never had a girl have an abortion, but I feel this affinity to tell people that, hey, killing kids is wrong, because I've literally went to churches and stuff with friends and stuff where the churches were like pro-life but not against abortion. They didn't even want to make the stand that killing little babies is wrong. That seems wrong. So if you're belonging with the church, it does seems that things that seem really, really wrong, like you're not against communism. Do you know anything about communism? Or maybe you're a teacher and they're telling you to teach communism is cool, and you're kind of okay with that because you believe there's a guy named Jesus. I just want to be encouraging to people that what we're going through is a lot of strangeness. And if you believe the Bible and the worldview that the world is fallen and evil, then maybe you shouldn't have massive confidence in doctors. If you look into the censorship that has censored what doctors think about what's going on in the world, if you have faith in doctors, and you have faith in the media that you're hearing the truth, you have faith, our faith should be in Jesus Christ. We shouldn't have faith in this world. We should be able to see that there's something going on, and all of it's unchristian, and all of it should be resisted as Americans. I mean, how do you vote? Do you let your school boards get taken over to where they have drag queen story time reading to toddlers? I mean, really? And you say you're a Christian? So I just want to point out that believing in Jesus, believing there's a guy named Jesus, if you haven't had some sort of reconciliation with Christ where his interests seem to be your interests, killing kids, wrong, abuse being taught to little kids in school, and sexual perversion and stuff, you're okay with that, then think. Maybe you don't know Christ. Maybe you just know of him. So I'm trying to encourage you that going through these tough times should make us care more. We should be drawn as Americans together for the principles that we can all agree on. Freedom, free speech, not abusing children, not killing kids. Can we agree on that? I think we should agree on that. And if we can, I think the United States would be a lot better off. So as Christians, we're supposed to be good Americans. We're supposed to be good for the country. We're supposed to look after our neighbor and love our neighbor. If you love your neighbor, you don't want him to lose his freedoms. So we should care for each other, be Christians. I'm the pastor and evangelist of Jesus Christ Worldwide Ministries. Okay, if you go to the website, jesuschristworldwideministries.org, you'll see isabortionmurder.com. You'll see other linking websites where I'm trying to get the message out. And I'll tell you, if you're a person with not a lot of money, I really would like you to pray for this ministry. But if you're a person that hears this message and you're a person that has abundant finances, I'd like some of those finances. If you're a person that you're deciding whether or not to get your second Lamborghini Countach, give me the money. Give me the money. I have stuff to do. I have a lot of stuff to do that I can't do. So I would like a legal staff. I'd like lawyers to contact me. I would like people that want to help the gospel contact me. You can go to jesuschristworldwideministries.org. You can donate. You can click on the contact. It's contact at jesuschristworldwideministries.org. If you can help the gospel go out, I'd like you to do that. If you a hedge fund guy and you made a lot of money, or you're a Bitcoin person, yeah, and you got more than you need, yes, I would definitely like some of that money. I have work to do. I have things that need to be done that really aren't being done on the level they can be. So I believe these are end times. Let's do what we believe Jesus would want us to do and help people. Be kind and teach the difference between tyranny and freedom, because the teachers did a really good job not teaching Americans what tyranny looks like, and they did that on purpose. So we should be for school choice, so that Christian schools could start to get more into the business of teaching our kids. And you should be for free speech. So as a Christian, we should be pushing these issues, making as much of a fuss as we can legally all across the nation. We should be promoting projects that explain this to people. So as a Christian, let's get together and do some good. Go to jesuschristworldwideministries.org or pray for this ministry. I'd appreciate it. God bless you. Be well.